feel like I'm all alone. Has anybody checked in yet? I don't think so, not yet. Oh, hello. Yay, people are signing in. Hello, welcome. We are here for cocktail hour for our Pasolivo cooking kitchen. So we're waiting for everybody to start joining in, and we will be connecting up with Patrick Brooks from Wineshine soon to get our cocktail on today. Yes! So everybody just start clicking on. I remember last week, you guys remember this probably too, there were some sound issues, there was some tech issues, so touch base with us, let me know if you can hear me, let me know if there are issues, and we'll try to fix them as much as we can. All right, so everybody's just hopping on. It's great to see all of you. Welcome. And we'll connect with Patrick soon. So Patrick has created 2 cocktails for us, and I don't know if you can see them, but they are right here. Look at, oh, there's 1 and 2. So we've got the Pasolivo Spritzer, and we've got the Hot Magma Margarita here. Look how gorgeous they are. So I'm super looking forward to having Patrick come on and talk to us about just the creativity needed to create these type of cocktails. I'm sure you all know, but just to kind of reiterate, the Hot Magma has, let's see, no, the black lava sea salt. So what I did today was bring both ways of buying this salt. So you can buy the salt in the black lava format in the jar or in the bag. So you'll see this on our website or in our stores, at our ranch or downtown. So these are the options for buying. Either our seasonings or our salts come in both sizes. Sometimes it's fun to get the jar and then refill it, and sometimes it's nice to get this because it's actually a better price point. So either way, you can decide, but the black lava sea salt, I'll be using it next week in our cooking. There's gonna be a kids camp cooking again, and I'll be using this to top our guacamole. So we're getting into that, that fun picnic season. All right, so it looks like we might be joined with Mr. Patrick Brooks soon. Let's see. So, oh, hey!
Hey!
Oh.
There she is, my favorite Eleanor in the whole wide world.
Have you got it figured out?
Oh, we're dialed in.
Oh, nice. Yes, you are.
Born ready. We're ready to rock and roll. I had to keep the riffraff out of the tasting room. Now we're there. So,
that's right. Take everybody out. This is important stuff here.
That's it. So
welcome. We've got a lot of people who have been jumping on. So I've just like chatted because that's what I do. I talk a lot. It's my up and my down.
With style too.
That's right. That's right. I fall with style too. Do a lot of yeah, with pinky up. So
we're doing a lot of that today.
Yeah, that's the hope. That is the hope. So Patrick, first of all, thank you for joining us. This is the Pasolivo Kitchen Cuisine Happy Hour edition. I love it when these come around.
Oh yeah, we're rock and roll. I'm happy to be here. Thank you for having me. The highlight of my day.
I didn't realize all this background about you, so I'm excited to kind of educate everybody else about this because there's a whole bunch I didn't know about you. So now I get to. Is it okay if I kind of?
I don't know. Let's just try to stick to the positive stuff.
We're not roasting you, so you're good for now. That's another we're doing.
That's later. Okay.
So Patrick, you are from Wineshine. We all know that. Everybody's probably looking at their Wineshine bottles right now as they're going to be creating the cocktails with us.
It's going to be fun.
Sorry?
It's going to be fun. Yeah.
This is going to be fun. This should be interesting. So Wineshine is in Tin City. You guys were the first distillery over there in that whole area. I remember heading over to you guys when you first opened. The amount of background that you guys have creating these different boozes, liqueurs, all this stuff. is astonishing. So I kind of knew some of the background. You guys have over a century of experience in mixology, culinary arts, winemaking. I mean, you have this background that provides a fantastic palette to create these drinks that, I mean, are they distilled spirits? I guess that's what I should be calling them.
Yeah, and I mean, we'd like to think so. I don't know. You have to be the judge about our palates, but yeah, we've done lots of research and development over the years, lots of practice, and trying to figure out what we like. So research and development is the best part of all this, right?
I mean, it can't go badly, and it's paid off. I feel like there's nothing that doubles what your flavors are. I've never seen anything in the stores. Heaven forbid we go to the stores to buy distilled spirits when we have such beautiful products out here, at least in Paso. But I don't see anywhere else. Your flavors are outstanding and different anywhere else too.
Yeah, you know, and even if you go to the stores, that's fine. We love the support, even if it's at some of our local purveyors. So it's, you know, we've got a lot to try in our little drinking community with the farming problem, and we just want to make fun, delicious products so that people like, you know, and that's why we have like probably 22-ish different small batch products, and some of them are very, very small batches. Some, like the vodka, are a little larger, and so we just try different things out and see what works, you know. And a lot of it's all seasonal, right? We can only make certain things at certain times of the year, so it's it just has to go along with whatever's fresh and locally available.
And that's the beauty of this area, is making sure that to me, I like better to sit there and pump at the bit and wait for something to come out instead of have it readily available throughout the year, but know that it's not local, it's not as fresh, that sort of thing. So I love the fact that you guys do that.
Yeah, that's the goal. So I mean, like we make like a mango spirit too. So like Paso Robles doesn't grow mangoes very well. So like there are a couple things that we have to source out, but for the most part, it's all right here.
Nice.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that you studied to be a lawyer. Is that correct? I mean,
I actually, yeah, I studied law, and I wanted to be a law enforcement officer. So, hello, person that's saying hello. So I did that, but instead I went a different route, and I got a teaching credential, and now we just make hooch. So, yeah.
I think they all work really well together. I feel like in order to be a teacher, you kind of need to have that police kind of vibe to you to really.
This day and age, yeah. So, but everybody needs is spirits, though. If it's in education, law enforcement, on either side of law enforcement, like, but not the kids. You have to wait till you're 21, kids. But yeah, everybody could use a cocktail.
That is, especially right now. I feel like, yeah, that is the case. I mean, everything for a cocktail sometimes. I don't know. But
well, you're in luck today, Eleanor. We're gonna have all sorts of fun libations for you.
And guess what? It is past 8 a.m., so I think I'm winning already.
Yeah,
and we're good. I mean, it's 5 o'clock, somewhere close even, and we don't even have to go to the other side of the earth for this.
Yeah, we're dialed in.
Which one do you want to start with?
So we're gonna make a hot magma margarita first and foremost. So that's made with our Wine Shine Ghost Pepper infused brandy and a bunch of local ingredients from Pasolivo that we're going to get to in just a moment. So this is it's called Lolita Milagro, and it's it's our brandy distilled from a blend of Saxum Winery, Denner Vineyard, and Terry Hogue Winery's Grenache, and then it's infused with ghost peppers that my business partner grows himself down in Orange County. So
and get that name.
What's that?
How did you get
the Lolita Milagro?
Yes.
Because his daughter's actually named Lola, and so this is like Little Miracle, and because he says that his daughter's a spicy little shit. So yeah, that's why we have Lolita Milagro. So
that, I think every parent can feel that. Yeah.
For sure. So yeah, it's fun, and so with this one, we're gonna mix it up a little bit with some local olive oil from Pasolivo, of course. So I wanted to make all of these cocktails pretty easy going, something that anybody can make at their house, and without a lot of outrageous ingredients or tools, and with little expertise. So you got to do the ingredients specifically are a couple ounces of ghost pepper infused brandy. That's a good place to start. So in my little mixing glass, we're going to do a 1, 2, couple ounces ish right there. And then I also there's enough heat from these ghost peppers that we don't need to add much else to it. But it's not going to like rock your world. It's just going to be just have just enough heat to be pleasant. Now, I think the citrus from Pasolivo goes really well with this cocktail. So we're on the same page. So with this, because the olive oil is going to go a long way, right? So we just really want to add some mouthfeel and some texture to this cocktail. So and I know I think Eleanor has much more experience dealing with this particular olive oil than I do, but it is great. So
okay, I'm gonna kind of jump in to kind of break down citrus, because people get confused. We've got lemon, we've got lime, we've got tangerine. This is a blend of all three of those, so that's why we called it. You're going to taste a little bit of that lime, the tangerine, the lemon, that the Meyer lemon that's in it. So that's going to come up as you're drinking the drink too, which is kind of nice. And a disclaimer, because we've had feedback about this before. No, we did not put the labels on backwards. When you look at it in Instagram, it is mirror image. So I know, Patrick, you and I don't see it that way, but who looks at it, why? Were you having too many cocktails when you labeled things? No, when you come to the store correctly.
Yeah, and I love that there's that blend of different citrus in here, because it really has a lot of depth to it. That's one thing I loved about this particular olive oil, and why I wanted to use it when we make these cocktails. So, but and like I said, just a little bit's going to go a long way. So all you need is a half ounce of it, and that's going to do the trick. So we got a half ounce of olive oil, and you can immediately see all of it dripping down the ice. It looks beautiful. I like it. But that's going to be coupled with another citrus product that you have over there at Pasolivo, Eleanor, the sparkling citrus vinegar.
Yes. This stuff, I'm amazed we actually still have some available, because I feel like one of those people, the like shop people on TV. But every chef, every distiller, everybody's been picking this guy to add into food and drink. And I think it speaks to the season right now, because it's so bright and so happy, and it kind of tastes like sunshine.
It does.
Right? I will say the people who make our vinegars, they're local. They're from Atascadero. I watched this being made. This is basically a mimosa in vinegar form. So that's probably speaking to a lot of that too. Wherever we can get our booze in Paso, we're good with it. So this white wine and citrus oranges in this guy. So that's what brings out that kind of bright flavor.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons I wanted to add it to this cocktail, was because of that beautiful, sexy brightness that this thing adds to it. It really is something else. So, and you don't need much, but we like a little bit of acidity in our cocktails. We're gonna add some lime juice to up that as well. But this, just about a half ounce of this sparkling citrus vinegar goes a long way in it too. It's delicious that way. So, yeah, I think it's a great accompaniment in this cocktail, and it really balances well with the olive oil as well. So, but like I said, we're going to add a half ounce of lime juice to this as well. So throw in our little lime juice. So we have to have that acidity to go with our margarita, right? I mean, what's a margarita without citrus? So plus it's going to help prevent scurvy if you're a pirate or something. You got to have some lime juice in there, some sparkling citrus vinegar, and you'll be a scurvy-less pirate. So, yeah, so we throw a little bit of that in as well. And then we need to sweeten it up just a touch. So a little bit of simple syrup goes into it as well. So we're just going to do a half ounce of simple syrup. Okay. Boop. just like that. Okay, and then we're getting pretty close here. So what's kind of nice about this margarita is like you're going to see that olive oil. You can already see it separating, right? Because it's oil, it's never going to intermingle with the rest of the cocktail, and you're going to see it kind of float to the top of the drink. So before we put ice in our cocktail glass and get rocking and rolling, there's another really critical ingredient that we have to throw in here. And I saw you playing with it earlier, Eleanor. It's that black lava salt.
Yes. I love this stuff. I love the mouthfeel of it. I love the crunch that it gives. It's the medical huge with active. So
yeah.
I don't know if you can brush your teeth with it, make them whiter. Probably not.
I'm gonna try.
I mean, why not? We've got it at our hands, you know. Cocktail and teeth. That was trademarked by anybody here. Nobody's approved that. So yeah. So this guy I will actually be using when I'm making guacamole next week. So as just kind of a topper, it does not mix in well with things. I found that out the wrong way by putting it in mashed potatoes and they turn gray. So just for everybody at home, just letting everybody know. But yes, the way that you're using it today, it is perfect.
Yeah, you know, I thought this would be a really fun addition to the margarita because aesthetically, it's going to be really pleasing to see that black salt on the top. So, and it's easy to do. I just threw a little bit of the salt here in a small container, little plate, anything like that works. You can dab the rim of your glass in water, or I use a lime because it's going to add a little bit of pizzazz to everything, right? So I just rim that lime along my glass, and then I'm going to do a little sprinkle over here. And this salt, you don't need too much because it's got some potency to it. So don't worry about like having a loaded up rim. If you only want to do a portion of the rim, that's fine too. Some people like that, so you can just get a little sprinkle of the salt in each sip. But you want to rim your glass, and it looks bad to the bone, right?
So I went a little crazy with my salt, but I used olive oil to rim the glass, and it worked out beautifully.
I love it.
Water didn't. It was not my friend with this, but
olive oil. Oh, okay. You know, I think you're onto something. Olive oil sounds like the ticket here. Like that went a long way. That sounds good. I didn't even think of the olive oil, but that's better. It's thick and you know what? Eleanor should be making these cocktails because
I'm here for you.
Skills.
Okay.
So, no, I think that's well done. So, yeah, olive oil, lime, anything that says Pasolivo on the label, use that to rim your glass. And then I like to just integrate the ingredients a little bit in a nifty, fun-filled little shaker. Give it a little shake, 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 and then pour that bad boy over ice and watch that watch that olive oil separate, right, and float to the top. And then you can just use any kind of lime. But I always like to dehydrate some limes because they look pretty. So like a little dehydrated lime there, but any kind of lime works just fine. And so already that olive oil is separating on the top, and you have a fun looking little character here. So yeah, use olive oil in cocktails. Who'd have thunk it, huh?
That's what we're here for, to think outside the box. This is like you said, aesthetically gorgeous to look at too. It is a beautiful cocktail to look at as well. They say that olive oil will coat the stomach as well, so that the alcohol won't hit the stomach directly as much. So you can more. So I mean, it's a give and take here. It works perfectly either way.
Hear that, Chris Lawson? I see you there, buddy. Yeah, I think it goes down nice, and it leaves a really nice coating on your lips. It's fun. Like, you don't even need chapstick when you have some Pasolivo olive oil in your cocktails. So cheers. Right. And if you have one at home, cheers to you too.
Cheers, everyone at home. Ooh.
I love that olive oil on it.
That's awesome. I don't have any of the black things on my teeth. Okay, good.
It's perfectly okay if you do. And you can feel free to lick that rim off. It's scrumptious. So
I've got a milk mustache, but just with the black.
Yeah, I think it's real fun. And who doesn't love a margarita, right? Like they said that ghost pepper brandy isn't going to rock your world too much. It has just enough heat to it without being, you know, a little over the top. So, yeah, so everybody.
Like that with the guacamole for next week with chips, sauce, that, I mean, sit outside.
Guacamole.
Complement the food that you're going to have. So that works out perfectly.
Yeah, I think that sounds like a fun little cocktail right there with a little dipper of sea salt guacamole or a lava salt guacamole. Yeah, bad to the bone.
Have the second cocktail now to make.
I'm not even my first one. Okay, no, I'm kidding.
Patrick, put that. Got more stuff to do. Focus.
I got excited for a second. I apologize. Yeah, there are two. What's that?
This guy.
Oh, that guy. Yeah. So round 2. Here we go. So also, like I mentioned before, what we're trying to do here is make something that's really fresh, really local. So the cucumber and the basil that goes into this, they both came out of my garden. Here, this is how you get rid of the extra ice in a distillery. Woo! So yeah, it's just gonna go down the big floor drain. So everybody needs a giant floor drain in their kitchen. So with this one, the basil and the cucumber, I picked those fresh this morning, and that's the only way to roll. So, you know, once again, it goes into whatever's fresh, local, readily available. That's the ticket. So here we're going to start off by muddling our basil and cucumber. So I'm going to throw some cucumber wedges right in there, right? And then take my very super duper fresh basil, throw that in there. Okay. And now we're going to be bulls in a china shop and muddle it. Like, just beat this up in there, okay? So, like, a lot of people are going to tell you that, like, oh, what's that?
I have a cocktail question.
I have a cocktail answer. Maybe. I'll make something up if I don't.
Oh, perfect. I won't know the difference. Is muddling the same thing as macerating?
Like, if like, something you macerate, you might be, like letting something over time infuse with it, right? And so, and that we can do that too. But like, and then versus masticating, right, where we're chewing on that bad boy. So like, so I think like, if you let something macerate for some time, you're just kind of gonna let it like almost steep in there. So yeah, so we're just gonna do a quick little muddle. The thing is, you don't need to like, the cucumber you want to break up a little bit, but the basil you don't need to destroy or anything. If you muddle it too much, it'll actually lose a lot of its character, and it'll like kind of like blacken up and oxidize, and that's no good. So let's do a little quick muddle action at the bottom of your shaker. And then,
handy tools, what can you use?
So if really a good way to go is letting this vodka I'm going to use sit with basil and cucumber, say for a few hours, and macerate just like Eleanor just said. I have no issue with that whatsoever. Actually, that's how some cocktails are made. Like when you make a wash, you'll let the you'll let like the olive oil sit with the spirit for a period of time, and then it might actually emulsify a little bit better. But I think it's cool when it floats to the top too. So I see what is the cocktail called? This particular one is just a Pasolivo Spritzer. Easy, refreshing, and something you can make with a lot of different ingredients like this. So yeah, so like you could let it sit. If you don't have a muddler at your house, I've used like a wooden spoon before, and that'll do the trick too. Or you can just go like caveman style and pound it on your counter a little bit, and then throw it in the mixer. That'll fly as well. So lots of options there. But like, you know, simple little muddler is cheap to get a hold of, and you'll use it for a lot of drinks. Like if you're making mojitos during the summer, you're going to need one of these bad boys. Plus, you look like a awesome professional when you're going to town with it. So, so for this, we're just using our vodka, okay, in the Pasolivo Spritzer. So this is our Tin City Distillery vodka, and we make this from corn. We distill it about 5 times until it's totally tasteless and odorless, because vodka is the single lamest, least romantic spirit in the history of the entire world. The goal of vodka is to distill something until it's 190 proof or more, and to be totally tasteless and odorless. So that's why a lot of people like vodka, because it's a blank slate for whatever you're making. It's a blank canvas. You can do anything you want to it. So versus a lot of our other products that speak a lot of volumes for their ingredients on their own. You don't really need to mix it with other things, right? The vodka, you do. And so you can get this at most of the local bars around here, and or right here in good old Tin City. So
so is Wine Shine and Tin City the same thing?
Yeah, so that's a really good question. So Wine Shine is anything made with fruit. So we make our brandy is anything distilled from fruit, right? Brandy is distilled wine by all definitions. Just like whiskey is distilled beer. It's made from grains. So I know, but you wish like somebody just said that it easy like that a long time ago, right? You'd be like, oh, that makes sense. Because whiskey's anything made from grains, like or anything in the grass family, really. If asparagus had enough fermentable sugar in it, I could make asparagus whiskey, but it doesn't. So like, so you know, like corn is the most prevalent of these grains that's out there. It's really cost effective, and yes, and the vodka is gluten-free, Lori, because this one is made from corn. So, and corn doesn't have any gluten. That protein is in wheat, so or barley or rye. So we make rye into whiskey because rye is this really delicious grain, right? And then but corn is cheap. It's easy to get a hold of. It's very prevalent, and a large portion of it is grown in California too. So we get a little bit from the Midwest because you have to use so much corn to make so little bit of vodka. So this is entirely gluten-free because it's made from corn, and it's easy drinking vodka. I'll put it up against anything that's $50 or $60 a bottle, and it's only $22 a bottle. So it's it's a slamming deal. I mean, you should never really pay more than $22 for a bottle of vodka. If you are, you're paying for like a frosted glass with a Grey Goose on the front. So it's nothing against that, but like it's good marketing, right? So you don't need to go all out and buy some crazy vodka, right? Vodka is supposed to be tasteless and odorless.
If rappers rap about it,
what's that?
If rappers are rapping about it, I think it's worth like $60.
Yeah, that's right. Like Ciroc, the Puff Daddy's vodka. So and yeah, oh, there you go, Chris Lawson, the gluten-free peeps. We made this for you, buddy. It has your name on it. See, Chris, right there. So with this one, we're also going to throw a couple ounces of that in. A lot of cocktails go off the 1.5 ounce thing, but I'm not into that. We need 2 ounces. So right there. And if you're going like, hey, this guy's not using a measuring cup, it's because I've practiced. So don't do this at home. Use a measuring cup. So a couple ounces of vodka in there into our muddled deliciousness. For certain things like this beautiful Pasolivo orange blossom honey, for instance, I will be using a measuring device of some kind. So I'm sure Eleanor has lots of information about this. Might I say, though, this is straight up the best honey I think I've ever tasted.
Isn't it? It's so good. It is. Down at the tasting room, and we had a family there, and they were all tasting it and then handed it to the kids, and the kids tasted it and like walked away with the rest of it, and they're like, bye. They're like, well, I guess we're getting that. So
I would like bathe in this. I kid you not.
This is, I mean, you do you. I'm sure. So this, you've got the citrus olive oil. This mixed in with the citrus olive oil and drizzled on toast is fantastic. It's almost like a mark. But this
with some foie gras on the toast, no less. You have to do that. We'll put a little foie gras on the toast too.
Oh, I mean, because pinky up, right?
Life changing.
That's our thing for today. We're doing the pinky up, whether it's classy or not. So yeah, this guy works in cocktails. As we've seen, the last distiller also used it in cocktails. You're using it in cocktails, but I've used it on dried cheeses like a manchego or like a parmesan if you've got a nice cheese platter, but on toast in tea. And it's a beautiful standalone honey. I mean, the fragrance of it, it's a gorgeous honey. You know what? Yeah, take a bath in it because it's going to smell so good.
Oh, this is life-changing. Like, soon as I tried this, I was thinking like, hey, this is the honey to use in any cocktail. And the beauty of it is, you know, we want to add a little sweetness to this, but we're gonna get rid of the simple syrup here, and we're gonna go straight with the honey, and go to local products instead. So I think that this is a really great accompaniment for this cocktail instead of using some kind of cane sugar simple syrup. I think it goes a long way. So yeah, so with this, we're gonna do a half ounce of this honey in this cocktail. So right like that. And if you get a little extra in there, good for you, because it's kind of tough to end it. And then you're gonna watch it pour in all super snazzy like that. Woo! Get a last drop out of there. Okay. And you might have to take a little spoon, or I just use the muddler just to scrape out that little extra bit. Okay. Then we're gonna throw a little lime juice in this bad boy too. So, and then we're going to get to the beautiful olive oil that's going in this as well. So, I'm going to do a half ounce of lime juice in this cocktail. Throw that in there once again for the prevention of scurvy. And then we're throwing in, to go with the basil, this beautiful Pasolivo basil olive oil. Ta-da!
Okay, so yeah, thank you. You handed it over to me. I appreciate it. So I should probably fill in the empty gap here. This is, this is what turns people on to flavored olive oil when they are purists. And they're like, oh, no, we're just going to have the EVOs, the extra virgin olive oils. All of our oils are made the same way. So technically, the base is an extra virgin olive oil.
Sure.
Then we put in fresh basil. So 400 to 500 pounds of fresh organic basil to 1 ton of olives. Literally 8 hours of hand slicing organic basil and putting it into the hammer mill at the same time as the olives are going through.
Wow.
It's biting into a fresh basil leaf. It's gorgeous. So this is my secret weapon to turn people.
I like it because, I mean, what's better? Like when the first thing I thought of with this was like, you know, on some little like bruschetta, like it would be perfect with this, right? So like, or I mean, so many things that we love to put olive oil on, like make a little like fresh like margarita pizza and a little drizzle of this over it. Like this is unbelievable. So and it goes really well with this cocktail too, because once again, we're gonna get that nice texture, nice mouthfeel, and that beautiful olive oil sensation on your lips. So even though this is a little bit different of a cocktail, it's gonna be more bubbly and refreshing. We'll get to that here in a second. So once again, just a quarter ounce of this will go a long way. That's all you need, just a little splish splash. And is that everything? Yeah, I guess that's everything. So then we're gonna go ahead and shake it up again. Okay, so wait, actually, never mind. I'm gonna add some ice to that first, and then we're gonna shake it up again. So I was testing everybody. I was testing to make sure you're paying attention. Okay.
Come on, viewers, it's all about.
So, and then I'm also gonna fill up my glass borrowed from the Barrel House Brewing Company next door to us. By borrowed, I mean totally stolen. And I'm going to fill that up with some ice so we can make our fun little cocktail in here too. So if you're watching from the Barrel House right now, this is not the only one I have. So we're going to go ahead and shake that bad boy up a little bit. We're going to mix the basil and the cucumber, delicious cucumber fresh juice in there, right? And what's more refreshing than cucumber during this time of year? So when it's toasty outside. So go ahead and strain that. My shaker has a strainer in it. So strain that over the cocktail, like so. And then we're going to pop a delicious little can of your favorite sparkling water, doesn't matter what it is, and dump that over the top. If you want to get wild and like you like something kind of sweet, I guess you could use like Sprite instead. But if you just want something just refreshing and effervescent and bubbly, just some soda water would be perfect. And I already see the olive oil floating to the top, which is delicious. So, and of course, I see Eleanor also has a little orange wedge. Because we use orange blossom honey, I figured that was going to be an important part of the cocktail. So a dehydrated orange wedge on there. You can use whatever you like. Here's a cucumber to show that different kind of garnishes all work. Here's some basil to show that different kind of garnishes all work. Whatever is easy and in your wheelhouse, just throw that in there. And so this is a Pasolivo Spritzer, so appropriately named, and repping the barrel house, our dear neighbors. So that's what I love about Tin City. It's we like, if you need a cup of sugar, you go next door to your neighbor and get a cup of sugar. But in this case, like for us, it's like a tote of unfermented grape juice. But like we have the best neighbors in the world over here in Tin City. So yeah, the olive oil float on top looks good, and bottoms up, everybody. Cheers.
Cheers.
Our glasses touched, I'm pretty sure, Eleanor.
Oh, this is delicious. Hey, Dawn.
Dawn.
Her birthday.
Happy birthday, Dawn. Dawn, if you were here at the distillery right now, I would pour this booze in your mouth. That's the birthday shot. It's just like Mexico. So,
Paul, you are so happy that you're not there right now with Dawn.
Yeah, so
it's very sweet of you to call out Dawn. I hope you're making her birthday situation. I hope you're making this for her, because this is fantastic. This is a great birthday drink.
Oh yeah, it's really refreshing. It's not like over the top. I mean, you can't even taste the vodka that's in it, because vodka is all tasty.
I don't know if that's a problem or if it's good, but
or both. Yeah, so it's real nice, easy drinking. Make sure you have lots of ice in it, and it'll keep you cool on a hot day. So this will be a cool breeze on a warm day. So
nice.
Yeah, and I just saw somebody asked if the cocktail recipes are going to be posted. I'm gonna throw that over to you, Eleanor. I think
I think they have been.
Okay.
The ingredients are posted, so ours and theirs, everybody's, with like the lime juice. I've got a professional right here.
Directions he sends them.
Okay, and we're gonna post the directions if you send them, because you're the professional when it comes to that. So all that jazz.
So we'll have it for you, no problem.
Yes. So yeah.
And like anything that we do over here at the distillery too, people call us all the time, and I can make a recipe up for you. We have some on our website as well, and I'll put these on our Wine Shine website. You'll be able to go to cocktails to recipes, and you'll see both of these drinks on there. So in the next matter of days, I'll have that updated as well. So maybe by the end of the day. So we'll have it on wineshine.com for everybody. But yeah, if you're curious about some kind of cocktail, we can always help whip something up for somebody. So I think that goes back to what Eleanor was mentioning earlier about our background there. Like we have a lot of bartending experience between our whole crew, and culinary experience. So like the flavors are really important to us.
I know this was supposed to be at the beginning, but your great grandpa was a moonshiner?
Yeah, my great grandfather was arrested in Tennessee during Prohibition for making spirits, and he went home. So he was arrested by his friends that were law enforcement, though. Right? They were part of it, and they said, "Why don't you come in to the jailhouse tomorrow?" Right? And I'm not sure all the details. Nobody really knows all the details, but he went home that night and told my grandmother and her siblings, like, "Hey, we're moving to California." and the story is they drove to California, and the dog followed the vehicle the whole way. So I mean, it took them some time, right? But that's how the story goes. And so of course my sweet grandmother was always a teetotaler. She only drank one thing in her life, and I kind of tricked her into drinking it, because we make Walnut Brandy. Once she met my grandfather right after World War II, after he got back from World War II, they planted a walnut orchard right here in Templeton, and to this day we grow walnuts there, and on the 60-acre walnut orchard. And Britta, I see you. You know, you've been there, and so we make walnut brandy now. It's called Nocino. It's and the French call it Brudenot, and it's like it's a walnut liqueur. So
Delicious.
pretty fun. Yeah, it's a nutty good time. And so, but to this day, like when she was alive, she would never try any alcohol. And one time I gave her a little splash of that, and she said, "Oh, I think this is lovely," but I didn't give her enough to like
get off the bar.
ruin her streak. So, but yeah, she would always say, "My grandfather or my father was never a moonshiner." I didn't hear that for years, but he totally was. So, and so yeah, that's what we do here now. Behind me, you can see the big old 375-gallon copper pot still.
So, True, are you guys open right now or not yet? How do people get more booze in their house?
Well, for the time being, and during this, during the pandemic, we've been shipping spirits to people. If you buy 3 bottles or more, it's free of charge for shipping. And so we'll overnight that to you and take care of people that way. And then we're going to be officially open for tastings by appointment here this coming weekend. So this, So the following one, sorry. So it'll be a little different. You know, we'll all be looking like ninjas wearing masks and have we won't be able to use our gorgeous, beautiful titanium spun tasting glasses that we normally use. We're gonna use these little, you know, paper cups. So, but it's to maintain everybody's safety. So it won't be quite the same for a while, but bear with us, and it'll still be a good time, I promise.
I mean, your spirits taste fantastic no matter where they're coming from. So, or what vessel they're in. So people
appreciate that.
Thrilled to have you just open. We have gone over time, which we usually don't, but it's because this was fantastic. And
Patrick talks a lot, probably.
You and I are probably not a good mix together. We could just go, you know, just keep going. So this is.
Or are we the best mix? Fun.
Grab some coffee, kids. So I want to make sure that I thank you. I want to make sure that you guys, all the viewers, know that you can, if you saw the drinks today and said, why isn't this in my belly right now? Then go ahead, hop on our website, hop on the Wine Shine website. We're going to get all of those together. We're going to link them up so that you can kind of watch there.
Check us out on the interwebs. We'll have it all.
Yes, the magical interwebs out there in the cloud will tell you how to do it. So yeah, if you go to our ranch is open. We just, again, this is how fun it is. Yeah, it's no fun. And then this is actually my mask. Yeah. I don't think that's
like but yeah.
And the downtown store is open, so you can come in if you're stumped about the drinks. You can come into one of our spots, and we'll be able to answer questions about it and send our customers to the websites that are appropriate. So with that being said, we also need to talk about next week, because next week we're, like I said, doing guacamole. We're going to be guacamole. We're going to be doing a cooking kids camp kind of thing. So that means that the kids can be involved. Every parent knows that kids like mushing stuff, and guacamole is a mush food. So perfect. They can mush and macerate and do all of the things. And so that's going to be a lot of fun. I wanted to cover what is going to be used. A few of the items that were used today will be used next week. So guys, go shopping. Do your thing. So this is the that's going to be used next week. The lime olive oil will be used next week. I will say that this is fantastic in cocktails too, but not for the kids.
Almost went that route.
Almost, but you decided to think outside the box, and I appreciate it about you. And that gave me the availability to do this for tomorrow or next week. We've got the black lava salt. We used it today. You'll be using it again next week. Oh, the sriracha salt has got a little bit of it. So this is good in like rimming Bloody Mary glasses, but also will be in guacamole. And then our smoky spice blend. So this is basically like that barbecue lazy potato chip type of barbecue flavor. It's that sweet, smoky. This is awesome in micheladas, but also good in tacos, guacamole, everything's used next week too. Whoop, these guys, this guy, all coming at you next.
So stay tuned for the new Pasolivo tasting extravaganza next week.
Keep it locked in every Friday at 2. We'll be here. I'll be here. I don't know. Patrick, you might be there. I don't know.
I'll be making guacamole at home.
There you go. So it was an absolute pleasure. I had a lot of fun. It looks like the viewers had a lot of fun. I keep that somebody's going to come behind you and steal those glasses back. So Barrel House, go ahead and do it. We're going to be signing off.
They've got some wine trend stuff over there too, I'm sure. So, all right, high five.
Bye. Pleasure.
Pleasure. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Y'all come back now.